Good evening, y'all. I'm going to start by just thanking God for the sheer opportunity to be right here with all of you. I've never gotten up and shared my testimony, so y'all bear with me. And here we go. My name's Jan, and I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas. And I was born into, God picked a really, really loving family for me to be born into. There were 7 kids, and a mom and dad that had known each other since they were 2 and 4 years old. So lots of love in my house growing up, and raised right down on the beach. I'm definitely a coastal beach girl. and I never didn't go to church. I started going to church before I was even born, and oh my goodness. Grew up in this is a small town, and the church was so loving, and I just wanted to go every chance I got. So I'm so thankful that I had such a pretty good, loving environment to grow up in. And then I guess I was about 16, and I really don't know how this happens. How you go from being a sunshine girl at church, doing community service, to using heroin and smoking a lot of marijuana and drinking alcohol. I just don't know how that happened, but I guess God needed to use me in some way, shape, or form. I sure have learned a lot from that. I went through what I call the 5-step program first, because starting to have children and raising my family is what saved me the first time around. I had 5 kids in 11 years, and it's the best thing. I think it did save my life at that stage of the game, and had a good 15 years without drinking, just a clean, healthy life, wonderful life, happy life. And I got a divorce and became a single mom of all 5 of those kids, but I didn't start using drugs or drinking. I did start smoking cigarettes again, and my doctor told me, he says, I don't know, if I had to work and take care of 5 kids 11 and under, I might be smoking more than just cigarettes. So but I didn't. Took all my kids to church. Got them. I didn't take them as much as I wish that I would have, and I'm really happy to say, though, that they're all very, very close to the Lord, and that they know God. And I've always known God, but through that part of my life, I wasn't going to church like I should, but I went to church. I just didn't go to the Lord's house, an official church. But I believe you can pray anywhere, any place, any time of the day, and I do that a lot. But what started me back into the world of drugs was my next door neighbor, who had been like my best friend for 20 years, died in a house fire. 5 months later, my daddy died from liver cancer. A year and 2 months later, my mom passed away. And then 2 years after that, my brother, one of my best friends ever, died in a motel room all by himself. He had a lifelong addiction to heroin, and he was on the methadone program, but he also would take anything and everything. He was in so much pain. But he died alone in that motel room. And so just to kill the pain that I was in, the physical, emotional pain that I was in, well, I met up with a fella, and we were seeing each other, and he introduced me to the world of crack cocaine also, and what a world that is. Oh my, it just takes over your whole life. And it can happen to anybody. If it happened to me, it can happen to anybody. And I did that for about 5 years. My children knew about it. That's one of my biggest things that I've had to learn, to forgive myself, because they have forgiven me. A long time ago they did. So, but it's been 5 years since I've done that. Yesterday was my sober anniversary, 5 months. Yeah. And 6 months ago, my children were so worried about me because I take insulin, I'm a diabetic, and I've got a few other things that are really pretty life-threatening type illnesses, and I was drinking alcohol, and I wasn't drinking a lot of alcohol, but any is too much for me to drink. And they did an old-fashioned intervention on me. I had 12 of my family members there, and they put me in Austin Recovery. But it came from such a place of love, such a true place of love. I didn't see that right at first, but it's the best thing that, you know, probably has ever happened to me. So I was there, and then when I left there, I stayed with one of my sisters here in Austin, and I had my little, you know, all my resources there, and I kept calling all these different homes. But I always went back to Maggie's home. The other places wouldn't call me back, and I'd get, you know, leave message after message. But Cheryl answered the phone the first time I called. And then she told me to call Donna, and Donna answered the first time I called. And I went over and met Donna and Michelle, and oh, thank God, they wanted me to come live there. And I'm so happy that I am there. I truly, truly am. I'm going to church again, and I'm loving it. In fact, I started here in January at Hillcrest. I have not missed one Sunday since, and I am having the time of my life. I'm able to really focus on my health and having it be good. We put in a vegetable garden a few weeks ago, and so it's just a wonderful, loving home to be in. All my sisters at Maggie's, and I just, you know, I feel like I have 4 sisters biologically, and now I feel like I've got 3 more, and I love them all so much. And I guess, actually, I guess that's about it. I think I've taken enough of y'all's time. And I just thank y'all so much for listening to me and making me feel so at peace and so loved. Thank y'all so much.